My beloved child, I've watched you kneel in silence. I've seen your hands tremble, reaching out for answers that didn't come when you hoped they would. But don't you think for a moment that I didn't hear. I heard the very first time you whispered my name. I heard you when no one else did. I heard you when your heart was shattered, when your voice was shaking, when your faith was hanging on by a thread. You asked me, Lord, do you even see me? And I tell you now, not only did I see, not only did I hear, but I began moving the moment you spoke. Heaven doesn't delay like man does, but I work beyond your timeline. I work in fullness, and sometimes that fullness comes after silence, after storms, after surrender. That doesn't mean I was absent. It means I was arranging everything. I don't waste your pain. I don't ignore your tears. I don't overlook a single prayer born from faith. You may not have seen anything shift yet, but in the spirit realm things already changed. Angels were dispatched when you called. Mountains started to move when you believed. Chains began to crack when you refused to let go. That prayer you prayed, the one you thought was lost in the wind, it's now on its way to fulfillment. Your answer is being released. Even as you listen to these words, I'm sending clarity. I'm releasing provision. I'm breaking delay. You thought you were forgotten, but you've been carried. You thought the silence meant no, but it only meant not yet. Now I say to you, the not yet has turned into now. You don't have to strive for what I already signed. You don't have to beg for what I've already decreed. I am not a distant ruler. I am your shepherd. And a shepherd never leaves his sheep in lack. Your need is not too great. Your wound is not too deep. Your faith, though tired, is enough. Enough to draw heaven's attention. Enough to stir the supernatural. Enough to receive what I've been preparing behind the veil. You see time in hours and days. I see purpose in seasons and timing. And the season has shifted. You are now standing in the moment your past self cried for. Don't look back. Don't rehearse the pain. Don't dwell in the delay. What I'm about to do will make up for every night you wept, every door that shut, every friend that left, every opportunity that slipped through your hands. I give in full. I restore in power, and I redeem what you thought was wasted. This isn't just another good feeling. This is a divine movement. Right now, as you listen, my spirit is stirring in your atmosphere. Right now, as your heart opens, my hand is reaching. I am the God who answers. I am the one who multiplies. And I say to you again, your answered prayer is being released. Watch how the pieces come together. Watch how swiftly I restore what you thought you lost. Watch how I bring joy from the place that once brought sorrow. This is not a coincidence. This is not wishful thinking. This is fulfillment, real and undeniable. And I will not stop until the blessing I promised is in your hands. Because I am not just the God who hears. I am the God who delivers. The God who shows up on time. And my time is now. My child, I didn't bring you this far to leave you waiting at the door. I didn't begin this work in your life just to stop halfway. I am not man. I do not forget. I do not grow weary. I do not give up. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the author and the finisher. And what I began in you, I will bring to completion. There have been moments you questioned if the breakthrough was still coming. You looked around and saw nothing but silence, dry ground, unanswered questions. But the seed I planted didn't disappear. It was growing underground. You didn't see it yet, but heaven was at work. I was aligning hearts. I was moving people. I was opening doors you hadn't even knocked on yet. Every delay had a reason. Every closed door was a redirection, not a rejection. Because I see beyond what you can see. You prayed for something immediate, but I was preparing something eternal. You asked me to change the situation, but I was changing you through it. You thought I wasn't answering, but I was answering deeper than you knew. Don't mistake quiet seasons for cancelled promises. I was never gone. I was never still. I was never indifferent to your pain. I have been watching. I have been listening. I have been planning a greater release than you expected. You prayed with a whisper, and I answered with a decree. You sowed in tears, and I'm bringing a harvest in joy. I know how tired you've become. I know how long you've waited. I know how hard it's been to believe one more time. But today I speak life into your faith. Today I breathe fire into your hope. Today I declare over you, this is the hour where things begin to shift. You are stepping into the fulfillment of what I promised. You won't have to chase it. It will come find you. You won't have to force it. My hand will bring it to you, because this was never about your power. It was always about my faithfulness, and I am faithful, even when you doubt, even when you fall, even when you question me in the night. I am faithful. My love never pulls away. My purpose never loses direction. You are still on my path, even when it didn't feel like it. And now I'm turning what the enemy used for harm into the very evidence of my goodness. The attack you faced, I'm using it to reveal my protection. The betrayal you suffered, I'm using it to reveal my covering. The storm you barely made it through, I'm using it to reveal my strength in you. Your answered prayer is not being delayed anymore. It's being delivered. The miracle is coming into view. The promise is breaking through the surface. You are about to testify of a turnaround so swift, even your enemies will be silent. I will silence every voice that doubted you. I will shame every lie that was spoken over you. I will raise you in the presence of those who left you behind. Because I keep my word, I finish what I start. And you, my beloved, are in the final moments before manifestation. Watch what I do next. Watch how heaven moves for you. And remember, I never lose a battle, not one. You can feel it, can't you? Something shifting, even if you can't explain it. The air feels different. Your spirit is being stirred. The same battles don't shake you like they used to. That's not your imagination. That's me. I am changing the atmosphere around you. I am shifting the winds in your favor. For a long time, it felt like the winds were against you. Every time you tried to rise, something pulled you down. Every step forward felt like a struggle. You watched others soar while you were still waiting for your wings to catch the wind. But I have not forgotten how long you've endured. And now, I'm speaking to the winds. Just as I calmed the storm for my disciples, I am calming the storm around you. I am commanding the resistance to break. I am declaring to every hindrance, let go. You are about to move faster than you ever have, not because of force, but because of favor. Not because you pushed harder, but because I cleared the way. I'm lifting burdens off your shoulders, burdens you weren't meant to carry. You tried to carry the weight of outcomes, but that was never yours to hold. Your job was obedience. Mine is the outcome, and I never fail. You prayed and wondered if anything was happening, but behind every still moment was a setup. You didn't lose time, I was storing time. You didn't fall behind, I was holding you back to launch you further. The winds are about to carry you into places you didn't earn with effort, but inherited by promise. You are about to be remembered in places where you were once forgotten. You are about to be invited into rooms where you once weren't even allowed near the door. Because I am the one who opens what no man can shut. And I am opening something now. Even as you listen, I'm releasing breakthrough over your name. I'm releasing divine yeses in places where you only heard no's before. I'm releasing peace that no storm can destroy. You've been surrounded by voices, some loud, some subtle, trying to convince you that it's over, that your chance passed, that your time ran out, that your best days already came and went. But I declare now, the enemy is a liar, and the delay you experienced was not a denial. It was divine timing. Your prayer was never dismissed. It was deposited, and now it's maturing. I'm cashing in the promises over your life. I'm releasing what has been held, and I'm sending help, spiritual and practical. You are not alone. There are angels moving on your behalf. There are connections being made for your benefit. There are doors swinging open that will not be shut again. I don't just restore, I increase. I don't just heal, I make whole. I don't just deliver, I elevate. Get ready for elevation. Get ready to rise, not in pride but in position. I am placing you where your voice matters, where your story brings healing, where your anointing breaks chains. Because you stayed when it hurt. You trusted when it didn't make sense. You believed when you had every reason to give up. And now, I reward those who diligently seek me. This is not just a season of change. This is a moment of divine reversal. What was sent to destroy you will now declare my power. What you thought was your ending will become your greatest beginning. Watch the winds shift. Watch the tide turn. Watch your answered prayer rise up from the very place that tried to bury it. Because I am Jesus, and I always finish what I start. There were things that happened to you that were never fair. Things you didn't choose. Pain you didn't cause. Battles you never asked for. But even in the moments you couldn't feel me, I was there. I saw the tears you cried in silence. I heard the questions you were too afraid to speak out loud. And I caught every tear that fell. Not one drop was wasted. You thought the brokenness disqualified you, but it prepared you. You thought the loss diminished your value, but it deepened your purpose. You looked at the shattered pieces and wondered if anything good could come from them. But I am the God who creates beauty from ashes. I take what was meant to destroy and turn it into glory. I take what was meant to end you and make it a beginning. Nothing in your story is too messy for me. No wound is too deep. No moment too dark. No past too heavy. Because I redeem it all. I restore it all. And right now I'm weaving the broken places into a testimony that will heal others. You were never just going through pain. You were being prepared to carry power. I've seen you survive what should have taken you out. And now, I'm raising you to stand in what once overwhelmed you. Your voice has weight now. Your prayers carry fire now. Your faith has been forged in real battle. And heaven honors that. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for surrender. And you gave me that, even in the valley. You trusted me when the path was unclear. You worshipped even when your heart was breaking, and that worship, it reached me. Even now as you listen, I'm pouring out peace. I'm touching deep places that no one else can reach. I'm healing the very thing you thought would never heal. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. You don't have to wear the mask of strength when you feel tired. Let me be your strength. Let me fight for you. The battle has never been yours. It has always been mine, and I do not lose. I'm going back into the places where the enemy tried to plant lies, and I'm pulling them up by the root. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. You are chosen. You are called. You are covered. And you are about to see me take the worst part of your story and turn it into the most powerful testimony. Watch how I do it. Watch how the very people who counted you out come back to witness what I've done. Watch how the chains fall where there used to be silence. I'm not just fixing what was broken. I'm building something better. Your answered prayer is not returning void. It's returning transformed, upgraded by grace, multiplied by my hand. I work in ways you don't always understand, but I never waste pain. I never forget my promises, and I never leave unfinished what I've begun. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your beauty rising. The enemy didn't just attack you at random. He saw what I placed inside you. He knew the power you would walk in, and he tried to stop it early. He tried to steal your confidence, your voice, your identity. But I never gave him the authority to write your ending. I am the author, and I say this story is far from over. He came to steal, kill, and destroy, but I came to give you life, and not just survival, abundant life. So now I declare, what was stolen must be returned. Everything he touched, I will restore. The years that were taken from you in confusion and delay, I will repay them. The relationships that were shattered by deception and lies, I will mend and replace with truth. The finances that dried up when you were trying to obey me, I will pour out what you didn't even know was withheld. I'm not just giving you back what was taken. I'm giving you more. Because I'm not a God of just enough. I'm the God of overflow. What the enemy used to shame you, I will use to showcase my glory. He tried to bury your dreams. He tried to distract your mind. He tried to convince you I had left. But now I step in as your defender. I come to lift what was crushed, to revive what was silenced, to restore what was stolen. You're about to see me move in ways that don't make sense on paper. Sudden doors opening, unexpected favor, healing in places you stopped asking for, because your heart has stayed soft in a season that tried to harden you, because you kept listening even when it was quiet. And now I am speaking loudly. This is a season of divine reversal. Where there was lack, abundance. Where there was mourning, joy. Where there was silence, the sound of answered prayers. I have seen your secret sacrifices, the times you gave when you didn't have enough, the moments you forgave when no one else knew the pain, the decisions you made in faith even when fear was loud. And I'm rewarding you openly. I don't forget the faithful. I don't overlook the quiet yeses. I honor the hearts that stay surrendered. That's who you are. You've been waiting and wondering if you missed me. But child, you never missed me. You were walking with me the whole time. And now, I'm showing you what I've been preparing behind the curtain. The things that didn't make sense are about to align. The doors that were shut are about to swing wide. The answers you thought were denied are about to be released. Right in front of you. This is the season of divine recovery. And I'm not just giving you back time, I'm redeeming it. You will do in days what others take years to accomplish. Because you're walking in my strength, not yours. You're moving by my spirit, not by your striving. Stay with me now. Stay in expectation. Stay in position. Your hands will soon hold what your heart has been crying out for, and it will be better than what you asked. Because I am Jesus, and I restore everything. even better than before. I want you to know something deeply right now. You are not walking into this breakthrough alone. From the very first cry of your heart, I sent help, even when you didn't feel it, even when you thought you were abandoned. Heaven was moving on your behalf. I've assigned angels to go before you. Warrior angels sent on assignment. Ministering angels sent to strengthen your spirit. Messenger angels sent to bring what was promised. You have never been left unprotected, even in the darkest places, even in the warfare you couldn't explain, even in the confusion that made you question everything. There were angels standing beside you. You may not have seen them, but they saw you. You may not have heard them, but they heard my command. And now, the atmosphere around you is shifting, because I've spoken a word, and my word doesn't return void. Your angels are moving fast now. They're tearing down the blockages. They're clearing the path. They're carrying your breakthrough into manifestation. The enemy can't stop what I've already authorized. He tried to delay it. He tried to discourage you. He tried to convince you it was never going to happen. But the delay is over. The moment you believed again, the heavens opened wider. The moment you lifted your head, the order went out. The very prayer you whispered through tears, it reached me. And now the angels assigned to your destiny are active. Some are surrounding your home, protecting your peace. Some are going ahead into rooms you haven't entered, preparing favor and strategy. Some are removing people who would have sabotaged your promise. That's why certain doors closed. That's why some connections faded. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. It was protection. I'm not just bringing you into blessing. I'm guarding you inside of it. You won't rise just to fall again. You won't step into the promise just to lose it. Because I've built this on a firm foundation. Me. And the angels I've sent, they don't fail their assignment. They will keep you when you don't feel strong. They will guide you when you don't know the way. They will minister to your soul when you feel worn out from the waiting. This is not just natural movement. This is supernatural alignment. What's happening right now is bigger than you see. It's greater than what your eyes can grasp. So trust me, even in the mystery. I'm not only answering the prayer, I'm building the future. I'm not only bringing breakthrough, I'm releasing strategy. And the angelic help I've sent is confirmation that you are stepping into a season of divine fulfillment. Stay alert, stay open, stay surrendered, because what I'm about to release will come suddenly, and when it does, you'll know. Heaven sent it, not man, not luck, not coincidence, but me. I know what it took for you to still be here. The season that almost broke you, it did something deeper than damage. It revealed something eternal. It showed you what can't be shaken. You came through fire, and yet your spirit remains. You were pressed but not crushed, struck down but not destroyed. And now, what once felt like defeat is being transformed into divine authority. Because every tear you shed was watering the ground for what I'm about to release. Every silent battle was building your spiritual muscle. Every delay was sharpening your discernment. You didn't lose in that season. You learned to reign. And now, the oil that flows from your life will not be shallow. It will be costly. It will be heavy. It will be anointed with fire and depth. I am placing a mantle upon you, one that only battle could produce. Others may have seen your weakness, but I see your weapons. Others may have walked away, but I've stayed closer than your breath. And what's rising inside of you now is not fear. It's not confusion, it's not regret, it's power. Power to stand when others fall. Power to speak what heaven is saying. Power to carry miracles without pride or fear. You've been tested, and now you will be trusted. You didn't fold under pressure. You didn't bow to the voice of compromise. You didn't sell your calling for comfort. You chose me again and again. And because of that, I'm unlocking the gates. Spiritual authority is increasing on your life. Doors that were sealed shut are being opened. You're not walking as you once were. You're walking clothed in my power. And where you once felt resistance, you will now feel release. Where you once faced oppression, you will now walk in overflow. Where you once questioned, why this battle? You will soon declare, now I see the reason. The reason was power. The reason was preparation. The reason was purpose. Because I was never just making a way for you. I was making you into the way for others. Your testimony will carry deliverance. Your voice will carry healing. And your hands will touch what once felt impossible. This is the shift you've been sensing. This is the birthing you've been feeling in your spirit. What looked like warfare was actually the womb. And now what I've formed in private is about to be revealed in power. Don't shrink back. Don't apologize for the oil. Don't doubt the authority I've placed on you. You didn't crown yourself, I did. And I don't anoint for show. I anoint for purpose. You are stepping into it now. Walk with confidence. Speak with boldness. Move with clarity. Because I am with you, and my power is resting on you. There have been things you sensed, but couldn't explain. Truths buried deep inside you. Whispers in your spirit. Dreams that felt too distant to name out loud. But I placed those inside you for a reason, because I was preparing a moment where what's been hidden would be revealed. You've walked by faith, not sight. You've trusted me in the silence. And now, I'm removing the veil. Revelation is coming. Not just ideas, divine understanding. Not just information, impartation. I'm unlocking mysteries that once confused you. The patterns in your life that never made sense. I'm revealing their purpose. The people who left without warning, I'm showing you why they couldn't stay. The doors that slammed in your face, I'm about to walk you through better ones. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being concealed, like a precious treasure. Protected from those who would misuse you. Hidden from voices that would have tried to reshape you. Covered while I carved you into what I designed from the beginning. Now is the time. Now is the revealing. Now is the moment where the sealed things begin to open. The vision I gave you is returning with clarity. The ideas I planted in your heart will now carry favor. The connections I ordained are being placed around you, not forced by you. You will see things you never noticed before. Doors in rooms you thought were closed. Opportunities inside battles you once feared. Answers rising from places you once abandoned. This is not random. This is revelation. I'm downloading wisdom for the next season. Strategy that didn't make sense before is now falling into place. Instructions you wrote down months or years ago are resurfacing with fresh confirmation. Because what I spoke is still alive. It wasn't a false start. It wasn't your imagination. It was me. I was just waiting for the appointed time. And this is it. You are no longer in the dark. You are stepping into insight, foresight, and divine light. You'll make decisions with peace. You'll discern with power. You'll recognize what I'm doing, not just react to what's happening. I'm giving you eyes to see and ears to hear. No more confusion, no more wandering. No more second guessing. My voice. I'm confirming things through my spirit. I'm confirming them through dreams, visions, and people you didn't expect. Because you asked for truth, and I always honor the humble heart that asks. The fog is lifting. And what I'm about to reveal won't just bless you. It will bless others through you. Because revelation isn't just for knowledge, it's for kingdom movement. So pay attention. Write down what I'm saying. Don't dismiss the small signs. They are me. You've asked me to speak, and now I am. You've cried over what you lost. I saw every tear. You mourned the friendships that faded, the opportunities that vanished, the time that felt stolen. But I need you to hear me now. What you lost is nothing compared to what I'm bringing. You thought the loss was a punishment. It wasn't. You thought the delay was denial. It wasn't. You thought I was done working. I never stopped. Sometimes I allow subtraction to prepare you for multiplication. You lost what you thought was best, but I'm giving you what I know is divine. I had to break your attachment to lesser things. I had to separate you from what could not stay. I had to empty your hands so you could receive what's holy. It didn't feel like mercy at the time, but it was. Because if I had answered you the way you prayed, you would have settled for comfort instead of calling. You would have built around people who didn't carry your future. You would have walked into rooms not equipped to handle your oil. So I let some things fall. I let some doors close. I let some connections drift into silence, and I know it hurt, but I was holding your heart the entire time. You thought it was the enemy stealing, but it was me pruning. You thought it was rejection, but it was redirection. You thought it was over, but I was just getting started. I've been making room for joy that won't fade, room for love that doesn't wound, room for purpose that won't crush your soul. You lost a version of life you outgrew, and now I'm giving you life more abundant, not just in things, but in peace, not just in people, but in power, not just in vision, but in divine manifestation. You are entering a season of recovery, and when I restore, I never bring it back the same. I restore with increase, I restore with interest, I restore with authority. What the enemy touched, I'm redeeming. What he tried to ruin, I'm rebuilding better. What was stolen, I'm releasing sevenfold. You thought your story was fractured, but I'm about to make sense of every chapter, and suddenly, it will feel like nothing was wasted. The pain, I'm turning it into passion. The silence, I'm turning it into songs. The trauma, I'm turning it into triumph. This is the great reversal. Where sorrow once lived, joy will take over. Where fear once whispered, faith will roar. Where shame once lingered, glory will rise. I'm redeeming your reputation. I'm reviving your voice. I'm restoring your years. The years that felt lost in waiting. The years you thought were too broken to reclaim. The years you gave your best and saw nothing bloom. I'm returning all of it and more, because I am the God who restores the years the locusts have eaten. I am the God who brings beauty from ashes. I am the God who rewrites what man tried to erase. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to defend your season. You don't have to chase what walked away. I am your defender. I am your witness. I am your reward. I've seen what no one else saw. I've heard what you never told a soul. I've stood beside you when it felt like no one else would. And now, I'm about to publicly confirm what I whispered to you in private. You held on, and now you'll see. You believed, and now you'll receive. You kept going, And now you'll step into fulfillment. This isn't just a recovery, it's a resurrection. Dreams that were buried, I'm breathing life into them again. Gifts you forgot, I'm stirring them back up. Anointing you didn't know you carried, I'm revealing it now. And it will be unmistakable that I have done this. Not your effort, not your reputation, not your resources, but my grace, my hand, my glory. You'll walk into rooms you didn't apply for. You'll receive answers you didn't chase down. You'll carry influence you never sought. Because it's from me. This is my favor on you. Not because you were perfect, not because you always felt strong, but because you trusted me when you had nothing left to trust with. I reward that kind of faith. I reward hearts that stay soft in the storm. I reward souls that refuse to quit. I reward the quiet yes, the hidden obedience, the unseen sacrifice. You thought no one noticed, but I saw it all, and I will not let your seed go unharvested. The time of loss is turning. The page is flipping. The chapter is shifting. You're not in survival anymore. You're walking into supernatural supply. And you'll look back, not with bitterness, but with worship. Because you'll see how I used every broken piece. You'll see how I never left, not even once. You'll see how what the enemy meant for evil, I turned into a weapon of glory. This is not the end of your story. It's the rising. It's the returning. It's the release. So stand tall. Lift your eyes. Let go of what tried to define you. Because what I'm bringing is so much better than what you lost. My child, everything I have spoken has brought you here. You've listened. You've waited. You've warred in the spirit when no one else saw your struggle. And now I say, the release is here. Not just in the atmosphere, in you. The shift you've been praying for is no longer coming. It has come. And it begins inside your spirit before it touches your surroundings. You're not just watching me move, you're moving with me. You are stepping into alignment. You are walking in divine rhythm. You are becoming the answered prayer you once wept for. I am unlocking every gate that held your promise back. The chains that kept your mind bound, they are broken. The curses that whispered through generations, they are silenced. The resistance that stalled your progress, it is shattered in my name. This is not hype. This is not a feeling. This is fulfillment. The fulfillment of every tear you sowed. The fulfillment of every midnight worship when you felt alone. The fulfillment of the faith that felt small but still reached for me. You have not missed your moment. You have not gone too far. You have not disqualified yourself. I am the God who redeems time. And I say again, the release is here. It won't all happen in a single moment, but it begins with one. And that moment is now. Doors are opening in the spiritual realm before they ever swing open in the natural. Angels are moving at my word. Assignments are shifting in your favor. What once felt like delay is now divine acceleration. People are being prepared to receive you. Places are being shifted to welcome you. Provision is being aligned to support you. The blessing I'm pouring out is not temporary. It is sustained. It is protected. It is built on my covenant, not your striving. Because you didn't force this door, I did, and what I open, no man can shut. You will begin to see favor in unusual places, kindness from unexpected sources, confirmation from voices that don't even know your story. It's me. I am arranging everything, even what seems random, into purpose. You will walk into rooms you once felt too broken to enter. You will speak to people you once thought were too distant to reach. You will carry authority that doesn't match your resume, because it matches your anointing. This is not about credentials. This is not about performance. This is about obedience. And because you said yes to me when it cost you, because you laid down the idols others held on to, because you kept trusting me in the dark, I am now bringing you into the light. But listen carefully. This release is not just for you. It will flow through you. You are being entrusted with a blessing that blesses others. You are being given provision that feeds many. You are being marked with influence that carries my spirit, not your ego. So steward it well. Remain humble. Remain yielded. Remain open. For with great release comes great responsibility. But I will guide you. You won't have to guess what to do next. I will speak. You won't have to carry the pressure alone. I will uphold you. You won't have to strive to maintain it. I will sustain it. I am building this. I am breathing on it. I am in it. And because I am in it, it cannot fail. So stand boldly. Walk forward with authority, not arrogance. Declare what I've spoken, not what your past tried to convince you of. You are not who they said you were. You are not what the enemy tried to label you as. You are who I say you are, chosen, cleansed, commissioned. I have made you a vessel of answered prayer, not just for yourself, for your family, not just for your generation, for the generations to come. You are breaking cycles. You are shifting atmospheres. You are walking in a mantle the enemy tried to steal, but he failed. Because I preserved you, because I fought for you, because I have never, not for a moment, let you go. You are mine, and I take care of what belongs to me. So now go in boldness. Go in the confidence of your calling. Go in the strength of your surrender. Go knowing that the heavens are backing you. This is the appointed time. The release is not waiting. It is here. So receive it. Live in it. Move with it. And as it flows into your life, let it flow through your voice. Because the same way I've used this message to stir your spirit, I will use your story to stir others. There are many still in the waiting, and I will send you to them. There are many who have given up, and I will place your testimony before them. There are many crying for confirmation, and you will carry my word in power, because I trust you, and I have chosen you. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are my beloved, my called, my appointed, my anointed, and now, my child, you are my released. Walk like it, pray like it, live like it, and never forget, this is just the beginning. Your answered prayer is being released, even now, as you watch. Let this be your confirmation. Let this be your awakening. And if this message reached your spirit, then like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, because through this very place, I will keep speaking directly to you. There is more coming, and I will be here, speaking, moving, releasing, because I am faithful, and I always finish what I start.